It's really good being here and listening to everyone else and the wonderful experiences everyone has had. We've had just the same. A little bit of background from Denver Primary School. The school was established in 2012. I was seconded to start the school as acting principal in December 2011. And so that December I had no holiday, I had to recruit staff, and we started in January with 1,153 learners at the time and about 24 teachers. Since then we grew to 30 and now we've gone down to 29 teachers. So the school has, the children come from 5 different informal settlements, and they are mostly bussed in. 95% of them are bussed in every day. The kids from informal settlements in and around the area, Germiston, Primrose, and Denver, Malvern, that Jeppystown area. So the kids have, some of them come from homes where there are kid-headed families, children-headed families. Some of their parents are very ill and unemployed, and we have a lot of problems when it comes to the children and their parents. Parents are not really involved in the children's education, so those are challenges that we face on a daily basis. I'd like to say thank you to 2 of my colleagues that have come along as well to spend the evening with me and to just listen to everyone else and their program. Thank you for sacrificing your time and being here with us. So yeah, the children then have these challenges in that in the informal settlements they cannot do their homework at night because of other issues that they have, maybe candlelight, or they can't work with the candle, or there's just so much noise and. So we also have a lot of the community members that are not that much involved even in the kids because their communities are far away from the school as such. So the community around the school doesn't have so many kids at the school. But we are doing well in terms of the teachers' support and their input to the school. So we partnered with Jen, and it was a wonderful partnership. We've grown to work well together. We've both had frustrations in that she felt that from the school side we work too slow, things move too slow, and I sometimes felt, you know, the businesses, they do things totally different and they work so fast, and so we've had to compromise quite a bit when it came to that.
Cool. So my name's Jennifer. So we're part of a company called Silica Software Solutions. So we do IT solutions for the investment industry. I've been there for a number of years and was very excited to get on this program when I heard about it. I was introduced to it by our learning and development head and really jumped at the opportunity to join the program. So yeah, we started in February 2015 with everybody else in the circle, and I'm happy to say that we do continue today. So we've got a little bit of a story about our journey today. Maybe not as many pictures and things as Richard had, but so we stick with words and talk from the heart. So I think it's already been covered, all the different learnings that we went through, and Charlotte and I made a point of making sure that we were on the same courses together. And one of the ones that really made a difference to us was the community building, and to such an extent that Charlotte went back to school and got some of her teachers and to join, to go on the program, because we just felt that it made such an impact on the school. The other thing that we found really helped us was the circles that we had. So we got together I think it was every 6 weeks or so. We had a COP and we got together with all the other people in the circle, and that's where we really started bouncing ideas off each other and maybe sharing the frustrations that we were going through, which really helped us get through the journey.
our management team went on the community building training, but that was because of her initiating it off Silica, and they paid for them all to attend. Because on our own, the school wouldn't have been able to afford, we wouldn't have afforded that at all. So, we had many challenges. Firstly, my senior at the district office was very anti this program. He would just barge into my office unannounced, and if he finds Jen there, not even greet her, and just be really uncouth at times. And there were times when I just cried because I just didn't know how to handle it all. But he had no idea what PFP was all about, and he had no buy-in, and he was just not interested. So it was very frustrating for me when I had to go to COPS, and then he would want to see me, and there were times when I just didn't know what to do. So I mentioned it to Jen, and we both spoke to Heidi about it, and and she managed to rope him in and have a meeting with him, and after that it was much better. But I have a different IDSO anyway since then. So that was very frustrating for me. And I enjoyed the coaching sessions that I had with Jen, because I used to want to do everything on my own, and I virtually burnt out. I just would want to make sure everything is done and everything is done correctly. And then she said to me, but no, everybody has their job description. So let people be accountable for their jobs, and allow them to do and to grow, and you'll find that you will just manage the process and you'll have more time. So that was a valuable lesson I learned. And I appreciated the learning curves that I got from her all the time. The SMT has totally bought into the program as well. They on board, and we working well together, planning the future with Silica and Jen, and we'll still get to that. But our SGB, the parent component, we still have a problem with that. They still haven't met Jen as yet, because there's always just something that comes up that they can't make the meeting.
The reason I got involved in the program was I was at quite a low point as I suppose a citizen of South Africa, thinking, well, is this the end for the country? Do I just take the opportunity and leave? And was quite a negative space. And when I was presented with the opportunity, I thought, if I'm going to stick it out here, I actually have to play a part in making a difference. I can't just sit on the sidelines and moan and get negative. I've got to play my part. And even if it's a small little part, that's what I need to do. And woe betide, there comes the opportunity to join the PFP program. I think the biggest thing for me was being in a corporate, and Silica is a very fast-paced company. I just wanted to tackle every challenge, every opportunity that came my way. And Charlotte had to keep telling me, Jen, just slow down, just take it easy, just relax. You don't have to do everything. Heidi did the same. Even in our COPs, I remember with Richard and Ian sitting one of them and just saying, I just feel so frustrated. I'm not making a difference. It's been 3 months already and we can't see a difference, and I feel like such a failure. So I did get quite frustrated initially. But then I also got quite overwhelmed with what the schools have to deal with. I was not prepared for the kinds of issues that Charlotte and her SMT and the teacher body have to put up with on a daily basis in the school. And quite frankly, the corporates are easy compared to what these schools have to do. And it could be quite overwhelming. So I think it was a massive learning curve for me to just slow down, take the time to build the relationship. And I know that's what PFP tell you. They tell you that, but you, as a business leader, you don't believe it. You think, oh, yeah, okay, like a month, okay, we'll get to know each other, we'll see each other, have a cup of coffee, and then we'll go and make plans, and we'll get stuff done. But after a while, and I'd say it was a good long while, many, many months, before we actually started to move forward. And really, our objective was just to create a foundation to take the school forward. We didn't know how. We didn't know how we were going to do it, but we just know we wanted to make a difference. And Charlotte's very passionate as a principal. She wants to make an impact on each and every child in that school. And that's what we had to do. So we came up with our strategic goals. They weren't by design at the beginning. That's what we set out to achieve. I think we probably lucked into this a little bit and then said, okay, that's what our goals were. And we have gone away to achieving them. So through the help of all the people in the community, we took the time to develop the partnership and for both of us to grow as leaders. I mean, Charlotte was learning how to be a leader in her school. I was learning skills, similar to what Richard was saying, about how to be a leader in my own company and to be a partner to Charlotte. And then, but the basic things were the things that Charlotte needed to get done at that school, that the school were battling with on a daily basis. So, I mean, if we want to quickly just go through them, I think the turning point for us came in that planning section there. We sat one day, I still remember it as clear as daylight. Charlotte came past our office in Sandton on her way to the district office, and we sat down and we did this massive mind map of what all the challenges were and the opportunities facing the school. And that I've still got that picture today. That is what clearly articulated where we needed to focus our attention. And then in true project management style, we put it into a project plan and off we went. And that's when it really started to come alive because we had something tangible to work with. We had the other things to go along with, but really the turning point was taking tangible objectives and measuring ourselves. So yes, sometimes we'd go a month or two and we wouldn't meet. We'd talk a bit, we'd WhatsApp a bit, but we were working towards something. I'd like to just hand over to Charlotte to tell you exactly what changed at the school in the last 18 months.
When we started in 2012, we did not have a grade R class. So finally, that was, the planning for that happened in last year. And so this year we started our grade R class. We ordered 2 classrooms, but we only managed to fill 1 class and employ 1 teacher because the department was only prepared to pay for 1 teacher. So hopefully by the beginning of January, we will have our 2nd class, a grade R class, filled as well. We needed more than 1 grade R class because we normally have 4 grade 1 classes of about 45 children in a class. So our grade R class only has 36 children in the class. So hopefully that will happen. Our school is a no-fee school, and they also, we feed the kids twice a day. They have cereal in the morning when they arrive, and then at lunchtime they have a cooked meal. The department pays for parents to work at the school as volunteer food handlers to prepare these meals on a daily basis. So they get a stipend for that as well. So we also had a problem of the teachers and the learners being ill all the time because we were in a very dusty area. When the school was built, they had planted grass, but they didn't expect that 1,153 learners would trample that grass to smithereens. The grass just doesn't grow. So we had all this dust, and we were constantly coughing and sneezing and just not well. And so absenteeism was a bit of a problem at the time. So we managed to pave quite a big area between the classrooms so that the dust was alleviated, although we still have quite a bit of dust. But we've done that. Since 2012, we also tried to get recycling bins at our school, and we just didn't manage to do that until this year when we partnered with Smart Matter, and they sponsored us with the bins, and they collect every fortnight, and then they pay the school for the rubbish that they collect after weighing it. So we're planning to use that money to do, we have quite a bit of burglaries at our school. So we want to do burglar doors on every classroom door to start off with, to try and just alleviate that. We also have, the school was built for just 700 learners. So we like almost 500 over. And what happens is the ablution facilities just cannot carry the load. And so we have a constant problem of blocked drains and toilets not working and. So that is our biggest problem, and we'll probably always have it because we also have a high school right next door that we share a fence with. We share a common fence, and they have the manhole is in their yard. So our pipes are leading to that manhole, and I don't think that those pipes are big enough, but it's just not servicing our school. We have this problem constantly, and it's very frustrating. The teachers will tell you the smell, it's just not good. It's just not a healthy situation. Oh, okay. On reflection then, I appreciated so much the skills that I've learned from Jen as a leader, and she's really equipped me with a lot of skills in this short period of time, and I appreciated it so much. And my SMT has also gained through this. I'm trying my best to appreciate the staff more often. We never say thank you, and we never tell them that we appreciate them. So that is starting to improve more. And I think I've spoken about all of this. Silica has also, through Jen, donated office furniture for our school. We've never had a staff room. And since last year, they donated office furniture, boardroom table and chairs and so on. So we have a lovely staff room now where teachers can sit, have our meetings, and just go there when you have an admin period to mark your books. Facility that we didn't have in the past.
When I was putting this presentation together, it forced me to take stock of where we've come from and what we've done, and also to maybe share our experience so that other partnerships can go on and be successful. So I think the key lessons for me is don't rush the relationship. Take the time. If it takes a year, it takes a year. Who cares? You're in it for the long haul. I think once you get into it, generally, you're not going to stop after a year, and we certainly not. I think also is that lesson about slowing down. It's not a corporate, but by the same token, you don't want to just accept that things just take forever either. So it's finding that balance. And you've got to celebrate the small things. It is the small things that makes a difference. It's not the massive big things, although those are on the list, and it would be great if you could do it. But I think 18 months or 20 months in, we're only really starting to get moving now. And we don't feel like a failure. I think it's just we've created the platform now that we can go forward and start making a difference to Denver Primary School. So we have set our goals for the next 18 months, and it's off the back of the platform we've built. So Charlotte needs and is building a cohesive, effective leadership team with her SMT. I've had the privilege of working with them a few times now, and really am thoroughly enjoying getting to know them and understand what's going on at that level in the school. We also want to improve the level of teaching across the board so that we make a difference to the children. But I think the thing we're most excited about is the sports program that we're busy initiating. And the belief is that the children, we need to look at the holistic child. And if we can get them inspired by sport, hopefully that will spill over into the academic results. So we're going to tackle it from the sports side. And Richard, maybe we'll come talk to you about the brain boosters on that second objective. But yeah, so I think really it's onwards and upwards for us from here. And as Charlotte said, we need to extend our reach now to the SGB and the community as a whole. But we're not done. We're carrying on.